Okay, so you ask yourself, why would His Excellency John Dramani Mahama still go and cut sword where we already know that somebody has already cut sword and work is already ongoing? So Domelevo himself is telling you that this is a misplaced priority. This is another agenda to create, to loot, and to share. And the fact of the matter is that sword was cut for the Hajj Village. Work had actually commenced. Foundation is ready. Pillars are going up. Other kind of structural works are ongoing at the site. Surprisingly, our current president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, also feels that there is a need for him to go to that same site where sword cutting was done and where work was already in progress to go and cut sword again. Shocking, is that not it? Well, you ask me why such a thing will happen. Master Musa says, good job, thank you so much. Old boy says, NDC is losing starting from now. Thank you so much, old boy. Right. Okay. So you ask yourself, why would His Excellency John Dramani Mahama still go and cut sword where we already know that somebody has already cut sword and work is already ongoing? The answer is one. Or in fact, the answer is two. We have two answers. Number one, for the sake of money, create, loot, and share. Remember, create, loot, and share. Before you are able to loot and share, you must create. You must create the avenue. And you know that you don't just go and start, go and cut sword. It's a ceremony, which means that somebody will be paid for event decoration. Right? Somebody will be paid for drinks, beverages, food packs. Somebody will take that contract. So at every point in time, at every opportunity, the NDC government would want to pay back the people who had invested their monies into their campaign. It is one thing we must always remember, that everything NDC is going to do in this next 4 years ahead of us is going to pay back everyone who has invested their monies into the NDC party over the past 8 years that they were in opposition. So His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, a project that is already ongoing, will cut sword again because there are some unseen hands behind the scene who are demanding that, Charlie, when are you paying us back the monies we've invested? So the call artists will take the money, an NDC person, of course. The beverage people will take their monies, sound system people will take their monies, and all. Then when that is done, you will realize that organizers, including people at the presidency, would also have their cut, because they are going to sit down and draw the budget and also inflate the budget, pay the people, and the remaining of the money is yours. So that is one of the reasons why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will go and cut sword again for an already existing project, a project that is already ongoing. Maybe you are welcome. Now, second reason for which His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will once again go to a place where work is ongoing to say he's going to cut sword is because he thinks of Ghanaians as being stupid. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na dwemono yanyina Ghana for nyina ye Jimmy. And so because say nyina ye Jimmy no, he can throw anything at us, and he doesn't expect say we can critically think as a people to say that no, as for this one is not right, is wrong. In the mind of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, no, we Ghanaians, we cannot think. Hey, now you Jimmy. And right, and why will you think like that? You ask yourself. It is because there is research backing it. He himself has sat down and realized that for Ghanaians to once again vote for him to become president, and you're normal. And to just say, sorry to say, by saying engineer, who would have voted for him? That is their mindset. That is his mindset. And so because that is his mindset, everything that he wants to do, he will do it thinking that we Ghanaians, we are all fools and we can't do anything about it. We cannot process it to know right from wrong. So these are the two reasons why he will go ahead and go and cast sword for such a project. Now, after this very action was carried out, Gaji says that, brother, Ghana, we are dead. We say, right? Now, after he has gone to do this thing, this sacrilegious activity, many people started talking Ghanaians started reacting. They were like, Massa, we have serious issues to for you to address. What is this whole Hajj Village thing again that is popping up? In fact, we just voted out a government because of a national cathedral, and we made our points very well known there, that we do not expect government to be involving itself in unnecessary religious activities. You are sponsoring that, you are sponsoring this. Okay? So people started reacting on social media and all over. And then the director of communications, or the minister of state in charge of communication at the presidency, who happens to be Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, who happens to be one person who was in opposition, was very, very, very vocal against the construction of the National Cathedral. He comes out on social media and posts something. Now, let me show you what he posts and let's go into it proper. So this is Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, who is a minister of state at the presidency in charge of communication, attempting to explain the rationale behind the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama once again going to cut sword for the Hajj Village and investing into such a project when Ghanaians were already very clear on the things that should be done by government, and where Ghanaians had told government, especially the outgone NPP government, that we are not asking you to come and build churches and mosques, we are asking you to solve our bread and butter issues. So this is Felix Kwakye Ofosu who says, the Hajj Village is primarily an airport terminal building for check-in and pilgrim facilitation, owned and built by the Ghana Airport Company, not a pesewa of taxpayers' money involved. I read again. Fact, the Hajj Village is primarily an airport terminal building for check-in and pilgrim facilitation, owned and built by the Ghana Airport Company, not a pesewa of taxpayers' money involved. That is Felix Kwakye Ofosu, who has been on government payroll for the past 8 years, because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama actually said he was a staff at his office. So he was being paid whilst they were in opposition. Now, as we are speaking, he's a minister of state. Okay? Now, let's address this issue that Felix has raised. The Hajj Village is primarily an airport terminal building for check-in and pilgrim facilitation, owned and built by the Ghana Airport Company. So I want you to pay attention to the Ghana Airport Company. Question number 1. Who does the Ghana Airport Company belong to? Does it belong to a private individual or it belongs to the state? That is the first question that you must answer. And the answer is here with us. You and I know very well that the Ghana Airport Company belongs to you and I, every Ghanaian. The moment you are a Ghanaian, the Ghana Airport Company belongs to you. Now, because it belongs to you and I, and we all cannot just go there and manage the place, we have given it to our government to take care of it for you and I. Which means that the Ghana Airport Company is a public entity, is a public company, public owned by Ghanaians. Now, Kweku says that, good job, boss. Greetings to you from US, North Carolina. Thank you so much. Jules says, exactly. Thank you. Old boy says, Mahama want to eat Slay Queens. Jocelyn Dumas. All right. So the Ghana Airport Company belongs to you and I. We have entrusted it into the hands of government to manage on our behalf, use the proceeds to develop the nation. And as such, it is a public entity, a public company. Now, if the Ghana Airport Company, we agree, is a public company, second question, is it bound by the budget that is drawn annually? Is the Ghana Airport Company bound by the budget that is drawn annually by the government of Ghana through the finance ministry? The answer is yes. which means that all the proceeds from our taxes and everything, all the business back and forth and all, when government is accounting, Ghana Airport Company is part of it. DJ Chemicals, I'm doing fine. Now, third question. Should there be any issue of mismanagement at the Ghana Airport Company? Does government take pay special attention to it? Does Ghana Airport Company appear before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament? The answer is yes. If you remember, some few years ago, an issue came up that the chairman of the Ghana Airport Company board, who used to be Poladom Otre, there was a Christmas tree purchase and all those things, and people took him to the cleaners. Why? Botas in Mr. Evening. Why did they do that? Because it is a state-owned company. If it makes profit, it makes profit for you and I. If it loses, it is you and I, our taxes that are going to be used to compensate for the loss. You get it? So then, what the issue Felix Kwache Ofosu is raising, that not a peswa of the taxpayers' money is going to be used for this very venture, it makes it false. Because, remember, Terminal 3 was built with a loan. Are we done paying that loan? No. How does government pay for the loan of Terminal 3? It's not only through the IGF of the airport company, it's also through our taxes. You get it? So, if any project that the Ghana Airport Company is carrying out is funded by the taxpayer, straightforward. It's funded by the taxpayer. And in fact, who is the taxpayer? The taxpayer is you and I. We are the taxpayers. We pay tax on everything. Don't Ghanaians use the airport? Ghanaians use the airport. On your plane tickets, when you buy plane tickets, do they slap tax? Yes, they slap tax. And that is the money that they use. So what is Felix Fosu Kwache telling us that there no penny from the taxpayer is going to be involved? This is an insult to you and I, our intelligence. You see, I always tell you that people in the NDC, they have absolutely no respect. No respect for you and I, our intelligence. It is for that reason that they have no interest in seeing our children, our younger siblings, go to senior high school for free. Because they know if senior high school continues to be free and accessible, more and more people will be liberated. More and more families will be liberated. And as the families get liberated, they will never decide to side with the ideologies of the NDC. And so anytime NDC is in power, they consciously make the effort to suppress education, to make education very, very difficult to be accessible for people, so that they can keep the people in ignorance and rule. And wherever there is ignorance, NDC as a party thrives. That is why you would see NDC holding a demonstration. People will be given a placard to go and show. When they are holding the placard and the journalist asks them, what is on the placard? They will tell you, I don't know, they just gave it to me to hold. Wherever there is ignorance, NDC thrives. Wherever there is, you watch. Look at the map of Ghana. Wherever people don't like going to school, that is where NDC has more followership. That is a fact. If not, Felix Fosu Kwache will not be telling you and I that no peswa of taxpayers' money is involved. Don't we have people in diaspora who come to Ghana every now and then? Don't they slap VAT and co, VAT and co on their tickets? NHIL and co, don't they slap it on their tickets? Are all those monies not part of the monies that are going to be used, or that is being used? So what is Felix trying to tell us? Boss says that if the cathedral was a misplaced priority and a waste of resources, the Hajj Village can't be any better. Old boy says God will punish Muhammad. Solomon sends flowers. Born to Will says great submission. Goddess says that, oh my brother. And you see, Ghanaians, this is the kind of government that we voted for. To the extent that when it is day they will tell us, no, it is not day, it is midnight. When it is afternoon, they will tell us, no, it is not afternoon, it is dawn. Why? Because they assume that we are all stupid. They assume that they are the only people with high IQs. The rest of us, we are children of lesser gods. And these are the people we have entrusted the next 4 years of our destinies into their hands. The next 4 years ahead of us as a nation, whether we will go forward or we will go backward, whether we will progress or we will retrogress, all are in the hands of this group of people who can look us in the face and give us such flimsy excuses, such insult to our faces. And let me tell you something. If it were to be some serious democracies, advanced nations, the people we are learning from, after a government spokesperson comes out to say this thing that Felix Ofosu-Kwakye has said, the next thing that he's supposed to do is to honorably resign. That is it. Just be some serious country where law and order works. Just to be a place where law and order works. The moment you type this thing as a government spokesperson, you are being catered for by the taxpayers' money. Taxpayers' money is what we are using to pay you. You are entitled to one V8, one saloon car. Government is paying for your driver, paying for your cook, paying for your gardener. We are paying for your fuel. And all you can do is to come and throw dust into the eyes of the populace. If it were to be a serious nation, even if your government is the government in power, you won't be allowed to go scot-free with this thing that we are seeing here. Felix should be resigning by now in shame. Jules says that they assume we are all shallow-minded. Unfortunately, that is what they assume. So please, the Hajj Village, every penny in it is being sponsored by the taxpayer. Every penny in it. Every penny is being sponsored by you and I. Every penny of it. Now the next question we must ask ourselves is that if every penny is being sponsored by you and I as taxpayers, is this a priority now? Is this a priority? Our Muslim brothers who travel to Mecca every year, are they telling us that Terminal 3 is not enough for them? Did they say that? It doesn't matter who started. What we know is that John Mahama is proud of this project. John Mahama, he is so proud of this project to the extent that he has gone to cast sword again, even though it is already in progress. Is this the priority now? Is this the most important thing right now on the list of the NDC government, of the John Dramani Mahama Grandma Doolittle government? Is this a priority? Is this the best cost of our action right now? When there is cholera outbreak, and clearly we can see that Agenda 111 will come in handy. With the cholera outbreak that we have, Ghanaians are losing their lives. Road accidents are taking the lives of Ghanaians. Every single day, people are dying on the roads in Ghana. You said schools were under 3. That's what Felix Ofosu-Kwakye was telling us when he was in opposition. Just about a year ago. He was telling us why it was unfortunate for government of Akufo-Addo to put some money into the National Cathedral. So today, I'm asking Felix, are all schools under 3s gone? Mami, you are welcome. Are all the schools under 3s gone in Ghana now? Do all our children in the junior high schools, in the senior high schools, have furniture? Do we have enough boarding facilities, as you and I are speaking? That was the same argument NDC raised. And some of us sided with them. Shaka, you are welcome. Some of us did side with them because we realized, yes, we have priorities. You remember Maslow's theory of needs. Everybody has done that, at least if you did social studies. If you did social studies in the senior high school, you will have done that. People are displaced in Volta region. Thank you, Enanapoku. Yes. Thousands of people right now are homeless in Keta, southern part of Keta, because the tidal waves has taken over their homes, and they are using you and I, our taxpayers' money, in building Hajj Village, and they won't even keep quiet on it. They come on social media to come and tell us that it is zero taxpayers' money. Meanwhile, this is a public company. Shaka says that my brothers and sisters in some part of Volta region have been displaced by the sea. And I repeat again, Felix Ofusukwache, if there to be some serious nation, US by now you have resigned. Canada by now you have resigned. France, Germany, Portugal, Spain, even South Africa, our neighbors, South Africa. We are there, you will resign. Rwanda, you do this in Rwanda, you will resign. Botswana, Mozambique, you do this thing there, you will resign. Your party can have all that membership in parliament, you will still resign honorably. Because this is an insult to all Ghanaians. An insult to all Ghanaians. Straightforward. An insult. An insult. So that is about the Hajj Village. Quickly, let's go to, so moderators, time me. In the next 15 minutes, I should be done so that our guests can come in. So quickly, before I leave here, let me show you what Domelevo, one of their own, who they appointed to be on oral, had to say about the Hajj Village, and then quickly go. So this Domelevo. This Domelevo speaking. He says, Mohammed's government wasteful Hajj Village project is shocking. This Domelevo. Their own personal person, who they appointed to serve on the oral committee, who came to tell us that they can save the country 21 billion or whatever. He says Mohammed's government's wasteful Hajj Village project is shocking. So there you have it. They tell you that if the fish comes from the water, to tell you that the crocodile is asleep, you better believe it. Because if the crocodile were to be awake, it wouldn't have survived to come and tell you that the crocodile is asleep. So Domelevo himself is telling you that this is a misplaced priority. This is another agenda to create, to loot, and to share. Ghanaians, let's watch out. Quickly, the second topic.